Hello. Can I go in here?
Yeah, you're going through to the museum?
Yes.
Yeah, you know where you're going?
No.
Oh,
Well, I just want to wander around.
Yeah, that's fine.
Have a wander around in there, it's a bit cool. But
I just thought because you knew where you were going through there, you knew where the museum was.
Well, no, it's just that we passed the museum and it said come in here.
Come in the museum. The museum entrance is over on that side.
Right, lovely.
So it's 5 floors, we're on level 3.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's quite deceiving because here we're level 3, whereas there we're ground floor.
Yeah.
You can see we're in an old 1460s building.
I used to work round the corner.
Oh, so you might recognise some of the
I might do, yeah.
So we've got an exhibition in the basement, which is Heidi Alexander's photos from the market in the mid-70s.
Oh, right, okay.
She took loads of photos and then found them again in lockdown. There's
Right.
a film about it. So the council now own that whole archive, so they own all the photos. So it's been, we had a man in today saying apparently my dad's in there in a picture of him pushing a pram, and it was his dad.
Right.
So there might be faces.
Yeah,
We've had ladies who was in there. We had a lady whose
Nan
nan ran the sweetie stall and had 8 kids, so they're in there. So just have a wander. So that's in the basement. As I say, we start on 3. Toilets are on 2.
Okay. It's like in York.
Puppet theatre.
Yeah.
Puppet.
Like in York.
Oh my goodness, how interesting. Look at this. Oh, it doesn't look safe.
I know.
Look at the belly, how it bellies. Oh, I might have to take a picture of that myself. Just
Go on.
Oh, we haven't seen
Jane, this is where the photographs are, I'm hoping. We came in there.
And we've been downstairs, haven't we, changing exhibitions?
No. No, we
That's
haven't.
not.
No, we came in at local history, I think.
Ah, so that we
I
need
think.
that one not at some point. Aye, yeah, I suppose. I thought we'd gone down the stairs.
I was studying at Stockport University in my 3rd year, and I had a friend studying down here, so I came to visit 3 weekends in 76 and 77. And it was these weekends when the market was going on, and I wandered around the streets like I did with my camera, and I always did wherever I went. And I just was drawn to the noise and the atmosphere and the energy. It was an exotic place for me at the time, 40 odd years ago, and it exuded community. That's what I remember about it. There was a lot of shouting. I remember a lot of shouting prices. People shouting their prices. Come get it here, don't go there. I've got the better price. And people calling to each other, chatting to each other, seeing each other. And you see it in photographs. There's a lot of interaction between people. There's the hops from the brewery, people singing hymns, and the pastors delivering their sermons. I like photographs of people. And the challenge of photographing people who are not used to having a camera in their midst. And I got away with it mostly. Like a lot of negatives, and they got put in the box, and I went back to study. A few years later I started having babies, and I was along with kids, and then I was working as a social worker for 20 years. So I didn't get interested in scanning old negatives or even looking to see them until lockdown. What else was going on, right? It was weird. It was like seeing somebody else's pictures in some ways. And yet it brought back memories. I could almost hear the sounds and smell the hops again. But I had no idea that they would be as popular as they have become with everybody else. The bring languages back into the community and be the sort of facilitator for that. I really felt a social document of that time. And there wasn't a lot of photographs around. It's always being something that is there to annoy family and friends with, but then later they're very grateful to have a record of an event or whatever. I don't know how I could do without it.
The building with the red car outside, that's where I worked. That was Longford Optical. And that the 2nd floor where the windows open, that was the glazing department. And the making the frames was at the top.
Well, they used to be people's houses, didn't they?
No? Originally, yeah, but not.
And the lamp's lovely.
Yeah. Sorry, I wanted to get your name.
Oh,
You,
Derek.
you did tell me.
Derek.
Derek, and you lived on, where was it?
Oh, Longside Street, on Todd Street off George's Road.
Okay, and where is it? What's there?
Well, you know
now?
where B&Q is?
Yes,
Yeah, that's where it was.
that's where it
It was all
was.
terraced houses.
Yes,
In fact, if you go on Eaton Norris Memories,
yeah.
my brother set it up and it's got photographs of Eaton Norris where we used to
Ah,
live.
right, okay.
Uxley's Corner Shop, it's got Brinks Way on it.
Yeah,
It's got Christ Church, the old school.
right.
There's quite a few other things on it that you might find interesting.
Well, I was up on Turncroft Lane, as I said
Oh, right,
earlier,
yeah.
in a terraced house, and I think there was a circular metal thing on the wall, on the side of the house.
Oh,
and,
right.
and I think that's in the museum
Right.
in Vernon Park.
Oh, good.
But I used to be up in Woodbank Park after.
Yeah. Well, we used to go there with school.
Yeah.
I used to go to Belmont.
Right.
So we used to go there for the sports.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Aye.
at Woodbank Park. Yeah.
That's it. Well, I did. I won the first. I won the first race, running,
Yeah.
and I didn't hear my name called out for the
Oh, right,
second,
right.
so I didn't win anything. But I reckon I was a pretty good runner at the time,
I
you know.
used to do cross-country running.
Yeah. Oh, it's brilliant meeting
have a
you.
nice day.
Thank you very much indeed.
So you can go on the Heritage. We've got a website on Facebook, Stockport Heritage.
Yes,
That's the original church.
first pew. That's
Yeah.
where I used to sing.
Oh, well, you know all about the church then, won't you?
Yeah. I used to come out of the
Right,
vestry,
yeah, the vestry, yeah.
weddings, all that.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Have a nice day.
Thank you.
I think it's got some photographs, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
You'll have to ask me. We're in the Heritage.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've just been in there. I didn't realise there's a museum here.
Oh.
We've just been in the museum.
Oh, yeah. That,
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Didn't used to be.
You never know, do you?
You don't.
In the mill,
Oh.
didn't know what I was talking about.
Ah.
But somebody came from Macclesfield and told me where the...
Looking for my wife. I didn't realise this was here. We've just been in the museum,
Okay, look.
which I didn't know was here.
Have you been in the dungeon?
We went there, yeah. And I was just talking to the policeman. Do you know the policeman? Well, I've taken photographs of him in the dun, but in the stocks.
Oh yeah, well that's where it belongs.
Great. But I used to be a choir boy here, and this is the first time since I was 14. That's a long
There,
time
ask
ago.
how long ago.
71. No, 61. 61 years. And there was a Mr. Simpson. He was the vicar.
Yeah, he was rector then.
Yeah. Ron
Yeah.
Hayes was the
Yeah, well, I
organist.
was in when he was the organist
He was the headmaster
at the school.
National School.
I went to that school.
I was a choir boy then.
Oh right.
Ron well, he heard me singing. He said, yeah, we'll have you
Well,
in.
he'd two daughters,
Yes.
and one of them had a stroke.
Oh,
So, I mean, obviously he's dead now.
yes.
But another friend of mine who was in the choir there then and went to school, I went to the school, but I'm 79, I was 79.
Well, you're
before.
not a lot older than me.
So, that was where.
I went to Sunday school there, but not school.
Well, I went to the Sunday school where my dad was Sunday school superintendent
Right.
and choir master and
Yeah.
then everything else. But
Yeah.
it was the daughter church to this,
Right.
St Stephen's on on Edward Street, where the courts are
Yes,
now,
yes,
was where St Stephen's was.
yes.
And my dad, I got taken there with him.
Yeah.
And once he had to come and see somebody, and it must have been after, and he brought me with him. And it was Sunday, and she was just put, what's your name? She's putting in the register.
Yeah.
I said, oh, I'm not coming.
No.
I said, I go to St Stephen's, so my name is in and crossed out somewhere.
Oh dear. She crossed you out?
Well, because I wasn't going to go.
Well, she could have left it, couldn't she?
Not really, it was a pack up.
Oh,
No, I always went with my dad
yeah,
to St Stephen's, you see.
yeah.
And the other church that belonged was St Andrews on Newbridge Lane,
Mm-hmm.
and the replacement to St Andrews is on Hall Street now. On the
Oh,
right,
yes, yeah.
where it says St Community Church, that was replacement to the original church that used to be on Newbridge Lane.
Yes, yeah. I lived on Turncroft Lane.
So did I. What number?
I am. I was on the corner of Curate Street.
Well, I lived at 160 Turncroft Lane.
You might have been a bit further up the hill, near
Yes.
Woodbank Park.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I was.
And my husband lived at 128, his auntie lived at 132, his other auntie lived at 164, and my uncle lived at 208. Then you can start on Park Lane of my mother's family.
Yeah, I had an auntie on Glebe Street.
Yeah. My father was born on. What? Go on, name some other streets.
Oh, I can't think of many.
I
I know. Well, there was a sweet shop on the corner of Glebe Street,
Yeah.
and we used to go in there.
Yeah.
Dad used to give us a bit of money on a
Yeah.
Friday, and we'd go in there and just have me and my sister, and we'd get a quarter of sweets or something.
Yeah,
like
well,
that.
I used to go on the one that was at
A
the
bit
bottom,
further on?
on the corner there,
Near
facing
New Zealand Road. Well, there was a lad that I used to go to school with, and his father and mother had a shop there, which isn't there anymore. It's been knocked down. Dalziel, his name was.
Yes, that was on New Zealand Road. They were
There you go.
newsagents.
That's it. That's right. Well, I went to school with him.
Oh, right.
I went to school with him. Yeah.
Did you know? I'm just trying to think. Did you know David Barrett? No, he's older than me.
Yeah.
Then there was his mate lived actually on New Zealand Road, and he came in with his wife, and David said he hadn't heard from him, and he's got dementia now, this lad.
Right.
And I think it was Thornley's surname,
Thornley. Yeah.
but I can't remember
No.
his Christian name.
Yeah.
What's your name? eh?
Shandley. David Shandley.
David.
Yeah.
Shandley.
Shandley.
S.A.
S-H-A-N. My grandparents, and this is one of the reasons I came, or I'm interested in old Stockport, is I've never ever seen my grandfather or my grandmother, and they lived at Spring Gardens opposite the National School.
Well, Spring Gardens is where the post office
Do you remember
was.
Albert Horton's?
Of course I do. I went to school there. It was across the road.
That's right. Well, they lived next door to him in a 3-storey.
Yes, I remember them. You had to go up steps.
That's
to
it.
them.
That's it. And I used to go to the barbers, and there was a Mrs. Oh, I've forgotten her name. What's her name? Mrs. McGilvery.
Yeah, well, they had the sweet shop. further
Well,
down.
my mum worked in the sweet shop, and Mrs. McGilvery befriended her. Really, she came to our wedding.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Mrs. McGilvery, lovely lady, and Mr. McGilvery.
Yes.
Make
And
a
if you
bit.
went further on, there was another shop that used to do ice lollies in like a shipment's paste jar.
I don't
made
remember.
made them out of Vimto.
Is that near the Grapes, or was it the other way
No, it
towards Upper Brook Street?
towards Upper Brook Street.
That used-
on the corner.
That used to be a knitting shop when I knew it. A wool shop. A wool shop.
I don't remember a wolf.
Yeah, there was like Mrs. McGilvery's,
Yeah.
and then there was some hoardings, and then a shop, and then you could get to Spring Gardens across to the post office,
Yeah.
and then I'd go home then.
What's it? Was right on the corner.
I'll have to
there,
come
did
down
the
here
lorries.
again. I'll have to come down here. You're bringing back loads of memories.
What? Say your name again.
Shandley.
Chandler. It's not a name I've ever heard.
No. Which school? I went to Banks Lane, you see. I didn't go to the National. No.
You're a peasant then, isn't
I'm a
it?
well, my mum said to me, she didn't say to me right away, but she said in later life, that Banks Lane was a brand new school,
Yeah.
and she wanted me to go to the brand new school rather than the National School.
Yeah.
And my sister went as well.
The funny,
My nephews went to
Yes, they went to the National, but you wouldn't know them.
no.
And there was Sellers was the dentist.
yes.
Do you remember
no.
going there?
Yes, because he wasn't up to much.
He took my.
Well, I had a very good dentist, and then he was ill, and
Yeah.
I've never had a good one since.
No, I haven't. I haven't.
But that was right at the bottom, Sellers. wasn't
That's
it?
right. Yeah.
Well, I
And
had,
Mr. What was his name? I'm trying to think. Window cleaner. He was. I know his name as well.
wasn't Jim Clare was.
No, he lived as you're going down. You know the houses nearly just before the post office. There were semis.
Oh, yeah, on the left.
What was his name? He used to go like that and squeak the glass if he
Yeah.
saw us. We're only
Yeah.
nippers, you know. Ernie Beach.
Do you know, I know that name.
Ernie Beach.
I think,
And Frank. He was the milkman.
yeah, Frank Hamlet.
Hamnet.
He was in my husband's class at school.
Wow.
He died recently, relatively recently.
Has he?
They both, well, they were 93.
He knew every plane that was going over and where
Yeah.
they were going to. Brilliant. Oh, you're bringing back lots of memories. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to have a look in here now.
Go on.
Thank you.
I'll find you. Oh, I might find your bank slate.
Oh, right, I thought you meant a bank statement.
Don't mention banks to me.
No one's going to sit at a back stage.
No.
Not where they end up.
This used to be the vestry
I know
then.
it did. And I tell you something.
Never came in this bit, but that bit over there.
Yeah, I know.
Or this
What
mat.
happened when they came in, and when my mother died, my husband wanted to start being in the choir again.
Right.
And he was in the choir as his child, so started coming.
Yeah.
And somebody hadn't turned up, and they had to work Sundays, and I knew that, and the other people did. So, hang on, I'll show you where.
Right.
And what happened was, he said to me, right, I said, oh well, I said, you know, he's doing God's work, help. I wasn't telling him somebody else, not business. So I said, oh, you think you're better. You've not been in the choir long, you better not come again. So you know what I did? Two-fingered him.
You don't look the type.
Oh, I am.
You don't.
I work with blokes on my working
Do you remember
life.
there was a guy who was a choir singer,
Yeah.
and he had a sweet shop on the market.
I don't, but I can tell you of a name of a sweet shop that my dad talked about.
But he had a shop, but he used to come down here on a
and
Saturday.
He used to make it, and he said you could smell it. And I can't think of his name,
No.
but I do know my dad said about this sweet shop.
Yeah. Well, he was behind me when we were singing, you know.
But hang on.
But you know everybody that I do, Ron Hayes and everybody. He was lovely, that guy.
He and funny enough, when, as I say, I ended up in the choir, which never, because you see, I was sat on an always sit next to my dad from being two. So if I didn't know chance backwards, forwards and upside down, it was God help me, wasn't it? And he spotted me that morning, asked me to go in the choir.
Yeah.
And there was a girl who was, and she started talking to me. She on her own with 4 boys. She told my husband how she got somebody else. And I gave her my scarf off my back. And do you know that girl now? She's remarried. She 4 boys, he 2 boys. They had 3 girls together. Husband now is an accountant.
Fabulous.
She sent me flowers on my birthday this week. And they bought me for my birthday, she got her thing, and at Christmas she came all the way down to the and because I helped her, we helped her what we could.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
when she was on her own, and
Yeah, and that's gone.
and that's what God's about. Somebody might find out one day.
Absolutely.
Right, Chuck, what was it you wanted to
I
find?
tell you what happened here though, for me, and which the reason I've never been back to this church. No, it's all right. I don't
So
care.
I
don't
don't
care. No, neither,
And I
neither
got
do I.
told for swearing off in churches.
I was.
So you know what I said is you wherever you are.
Well, I was
Always have
14.
an answer.
I was 14. I think it was 14 or 13. And when I was singing, my
Your
voice
voice
started
started
going.
going.
No, my voice was sore. My
Yeah.
throat was sore
Yeah,
with singing.
yeah.
Because we used to come down for practice on a Wednesday,
Yeah.
Sunday,
Oh, I can
twice on a
imagine.
Sunday,
Yeah,
you know,
I
all
can
that.
imagine.
So I said to Mr. Simpson, I didn't say Ron, I think Ron must have, cleared off. And I said to Mr. Simpson, I said, I'm going to leave the choir. Oh, he said, I'm going to leave the choir. Well, you know, when you become 15 and you go for an appointment to, you know, for an apprenticeship
Yeah.
or whatever. He said, whoever you go to will get in touch with me and ask me what sort of a person you are, and I will give you a very bad reference. If you stay, I won't. I went, bye.
Up yours.
I've never been in here since.
Oh, that don't. You see, you've got my mentality. I'm afraid. Mum, something to do
Nobody's
with
going
Turncroft
to. Nobody's going to. Yeah, exactly. We're wooden on the old Banks.
Yeah.
On is it
Yeah.
Banks Lane? It is Banks Lane. And there was a Miss Belshaw. That's the church.
My nephews all
That's the church.
went there.
That's where the wooden things were here. There you go.
Oh, bless.
Sit down, John.
Yeah, I will. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you. I'd be interested to see how
You won't, because this is
Good, look at the uniform. It's not 1830, that's the building.
I reckon these will be very old. I haven't got my glasses.
Oh, I told you to bring your
There's 2 pairs in there.
Oh, that's the, what, the end of the scissors?
No, the what I brought in.
Oh, right.
Any cheeky, you get slapped. Those 2, can you reach them?
Oh,
Took that
these
in.
two.
Right.
There you go.
That's me.
Oh, let's have a look at you.
Oh, fab.
We'll have something decent.
Oh,
Oh.
bless.
Let's see what.
Oh,
Oh, they are. They're right.
bless.
The bifocal.
Yeah, I used to wear bifocal. I've got cataract.
Yeah,
I have my cataracts done,
yeah,
and I can see anything now, but I
But
can't
not
read.
close,
Yeah.
You know, are these a little bit? Let's try
well, they're
these.
2 different times, so they'll be different.
Yeah, that's one. I used to work for Longford Optical, which was across the road there, as a glazer.
Oh, right.
Which are you? Oh, the ugly one.
Yeah. That's Maureen Finnegan.
Oh no! She lived 2 doors away from me on Turncroft Lane.
Well, she's been dead.
I know she has. Oh, what's his name? I lived on the corner. She lived 3 doors away. Then there was a Mrs. Robinson, and there was 2 ladies that lived next door to us, a mother and a daughter, and we never saw them at all. The daughter went out. Yeah, the daughter went out to work. Oh, what's his name? Finnegan.
I can't remember. We had
Oh,
the
bloody hell. John
Yeah.
Finnegan. He had a foundry.
on Hampshire
But
Lane.
before that, he left Turncroft. He left Turncroft Lane. In the back garden, there was an air raid shelter. Am I taking your time?
No, it's all right. That's what I'm here for. To
Right.
entertain.
Well,
You're
you're doing a good job. There was an air raid shelter in the yard, and when he had his motorbike in it, he took me on the motorbike, did 100 mile an hour. One day, my dad would have shouted, but anyway, and Maureen was lovely. I've got a photograph of Maureen, me and my sister at Bellevue, at the in the zoo.
Yeah, she.
What did she do?
Well, that's me, Maureen Finnegan.
Yeah.
Pamela Walker, Beryl Charlton. She was a twin,
Right,
and she went to university. Her brother became a plumber.
right.
And